I'm about to make a berry icebox cake. It's the perfect dessert for summertime and all of those backyard barbecues. It's light and refreshing, delicious, and so easy to put together. Hi, my name's Laura, and I hope you'll make yourself at home as I make a berry icebox cake. Here are the ingredients I need for my berry icebox cake. I've got milk and pudding, along with some Cool Whip and cream cheese. We've also got some graham crackers, and I'm going to use the cinnamon graham crackers for just a little bit of extra flavor. And I have my fresh berries. I have strawberries and blueberries. The first thing I did was prepare my fruit. So I got it all washed and dried. You see, I'm patting the blueberries dry there on a paper towel. And then I'm going to do the same with my strawberries. I get those washed and lay them out to dry and pat them a little bit. And then I start to chop those. And I dice these strawberries, a pretty fine dice. I'll show you here in the end, but I'm really wanting to get them about the same size as the blueberries is what I'm going for. In this recipe, you really can use whatever type of fruit you want. I'm going for the patriotic theme because it happens to be Memorial Day weekend when I'm making this. So I'm going for the red, white, and blue. However, you can use whatever sounds good to you, whatever your favorite berries are, or whatever's in season or on sale. You can substitute just about anything you want here. And you see here as I finish up, I'm going to put one of each in my hand and hold it up so you can see roughly the size I'm going for, just so they're pretty similar in size. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is get my instant pudding into my bowl, and then I'm going to add my 2 cups of milk. And that was a 3.4 ounce box of pudding. So now that I've got my milk added, I'm going to take my mixer and I'm going to start to mix it together. I used a vanilla flavored pudding, and here again, if you had a flavor that you wanted to substitute, you certainly could do that. I know some people like to use the cheesecake flavor, or if you have another flavor that complements the berries or whatever fruit you use, obviously you can use that too. But in this one, I'm just going for kind of a neutral base, so I just chose to use a vanilla pudding. As I'm mixing this, I'm looking for it to come to a pretty traditional pudding consistency. So I want it to get thickened, and this happens in about 2 to 3 minutes. It's an instant pudding, so it happens fairly quickly, but you do want it to get pretty well thickened at this stage before we add anything else in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my Cool Whip, my whipped topping. I'm going to add 12 ounces. I've got 2 8-ounce containers, so I'm going to add 1 full container and half of another. And we're just going to eyeball this one. And that looks pretty good because we're going to save the rest of this for a topping. And now we're going to mix this in. We're just going to put it on low speed and mix this in. You can do this by hand with a spatula or with the mixer. Since I have this mixer out and dirty already, I'm just using it since it is a processed whipped topping. However, if I was using a homemade whipped topping, I would most definitely use the spatula and just fold it in. That looks pretty good. I'm going to get my spatula and just run it around the edge and the bottom to make sure we get everything incorporated. Yeah, there's a little bit in the bottom still, so I'm just going to use my spatula and finish this up. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now we're going to work on our cream cheese. I've had my cream cheese softened. I'm also going to take my mixer and just mix it for a minute or two to soften it even more, and then we're going to add it to our pudding mixture. Obviously, no need to clean the beaters here. It's going straight into the other mixture, so you're completely good. Don't create more work for yourself than you have to. This is just going to give our cream cheese a little bit of a head start getting mixed up, and it's going to make it softer and easier to incorporate into the pudding mixture here in just a minute. Now, this would be good just by itself, But this cream cheese is going to add a depth of flavor, and it's also going to thicken it even more. So we're just going to take it and add it in, and then we'll use our hand mixer to fully incorporate it. Okay, let's turn this on low and get it mixed in. I do start with this on low speed, but then I bump it up a notch or two. I think I was fighting against treating it as though it was a homemade whipped topping, but I don't really have that issue, and I turn it up just to work to get that cream cheese incorporated fully. At this point, it's mixed really good. I just want to try to get those little lumps out. As that cream cheese gets cold again, it wants to create little lumps or clumps in your mixture, but I'm going to mix it for about another minute and try to get all of those out. And that's precisely what I did. It just takes a little bit of time, but if you are patient and persistent, you will get it nice and smooth and creamy. Okay, that looks really smooth and creamy, and we're ready to get started on putting this together. So here's how we're going to put it together. We're going to go in layers. We're going to do a small bit of this in the bottom, and this is just to help the graham cracker layer stick. So you don't need much. You just want to spread it all around, and it looks like we're good now and can lay our graham cracker. Now we're going to build this just like a lasagna, really. And we're going to go graham cracker, filling, and I'm going to do that right there. That's okay. That's still going to get us good coverage on the bottom. Next, we'll go in with about a third of this mixture, and you'll just have to kind of guess at how much that is, but it's no big deal if you get it a little more on one layer, a little less on another. It's all fine. And we're just going to spread that out. I've already got these washed and chopped, and I'm just going to start sprinkling spoonfuls of berries all over this. You can obviously use any kind of berry you want, or even another fruit. You don't have to use fruit. You can do other flavors of pudding. This is a very versatile dessert. That looks pretty good. Now let's get a few blueberries as well. But I think this is just a really fun one for particularly your summer holidays with patriotic themes, your Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day even. You just have really good colors that pop, and it's just really delicious too. Now we're ready to repeat our layers, and it is that simple. So I'm going to go in with another layer of graham cracker. Now, because I am using this disposable pan, it gets a little wider at the top. I may have to get a few more graham crackers and break them to get full coverage, but we'll do that as we go. So the reason I'm putting this in a disposable pan is that I'm taking this to friends. We have some friends from church who are actually moving just locally this weekend, but they'll have lots of family and other friends that will be helping them. And so we're just taking this over to have something for dessert. Some others are taking other kinds of food for them to have for other meals. And this will just be something they can have on hand to eat when they need a break and need to refuel a little bit. So I definitely don't want them to have to think about returning any dishes or anything like that. So I'm definitely putting it in this disposable pan so that when they're done, they can just toss it out. And you see now I'm already on to layer 3. And even though I do speed this up a little bit for the video, this really does come together very quickly. In fact, I was on a bit of a time crunch this particular morning. I had to get out the door into some appointments, and I put this together in about 20 minutes. Now, I already had my fruit washed and chopped, so I did already have that processed, but the rest of this took about 20 minutes to put together. Now, somewhere right about this point, I am beginning to realize that I am not going to have the room to add the Cool Whip. Even though this disposable dish is pretty deep, I have pretty well maxed that out. So I am almost to the brim. And I do want to add the berries, but I just make a call that we're going to skip the Cool Whip layer on the top and just finish it out with the berries here. So I am taking my time just a little bit more with the last of these berries. I don't have any more blueberries on hand, so I want to make sure I get them nice and evenly dispersed on that top layer. So there you have the beautiful finished product of Berry Icebox Cake, and I'm getting it covered. You see I have it labeled for my friends. I'm going to get it in the refrigerator for a few hours for the afternoon before I deliver it to them. It is best if it can be refrigerated for several hours before serving, and it does last for a couple days in the refrigerator. Special thanks to my sweet friends for sharing a few photos and video from when they cut into it. I think they enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed having you here as well. I hope you'll try this recipe. I hope you're having a great day.